Shalom, and welcome back to the True Heritage of Israel. My name is David. Today's study will be out of the Balance of YAH'S Law, a study guide that's compiled information for the children of Israel to awaken to their heritage, their true heritage. So I will be picking up on the topic of canon. Canon is a committee. Now, canon law is a Gentile council that supposedly authenticates the Holy Scriptures. However, this council was very biased by not allowing all of the scrolls or books of the Hebrew text to be collected as one. When they made it into one book, they called the Holy Bible. Canon law is fake so-called authoritative list of books accepted by man, excluding some of Yah's holy scriptures written through his holy prophets. See Deuteronomy 4:2. Nothing shall be added or taken away from the law of Yah. The Gentile Canon Committee is in direct violation for tampering with the holy testimony of Yah. However, we know all of the heritage of Israel, including the good and the evil, is holy to Yah, because it is the history and the law of Yah's chosen people that one has to obtain in order to see one's faults, their faults in history. It must include all of Yah's holy spoken words through his holy prophets in the Hebrew text only to reflect on in order to get the complete understanding of our heritage. That's why the evil Gentile canon law did not allow all of Yah's words to be exposed through the Holy Bible. Therefore, they prearranged the heritage of Israel in the Hebrew text by purposely hiding the truth through man's so-called bad translations, giving incomplete understanding of the children of Israel's heritage, so that the children of Israel would not gain complete, if any, understanding of their true heritage while in slavery here in North America and abroad. It's just plain to see, because it's our history. That's why they were not allowed to read, write, or count. These were the slaves. They were not allowed to read, write, or count under the penalty of death. Yes, death. While enslaved here in North America and abroad, to ensure our ignorance of our history, so that we would not have hope of a future deliverance out of this captivity, like our ancestors in Egypt. They were delivered, just like we're going to get delivered from here. So by them keeping our knowledge a secret and, encrypting the information so we couldn't understand it, we would never know. We wouldn't know that our future holds great, great hope, because we're going to be delivered soon. Therefore, there are several known books missing from the original collection of the Hebrew sacred law. Several, which contains more than the 39 that are circulated for the common publication, for the civilian public, specifically the original children of Israel. The canon rejected several of Yah's holy scriptures. The Old Testament Canon Committee was fixed and regulated by early evil Jewish Canon Committee. So the committee was Jewish. And most likely they didn't want us to know who we were, because they want to claim our heritage. So if we don't know who we are, we would know that they're saying they're Hebrews and they're Gentiles. We're the true Hebrews. Now, this Jewish Canon Committee, several hundred years ago, is when they exist. Let me read this part again. The Old Testament Canon Committee was fixed and regulated by an early evil Jewish Canon Committee several hundred years before Israel was considered a state or a country in 1948. This committee's major objective was to hide and conceal the true identity of the original children of Israel and create a man-made religion spawning from the children of Israel, and created a man-made religion spawning from the Hebrew text, which is pagan Judaism. Now, what I'm explaining here is that if you're a Jew in this modern day and age, you're claiming to be of that heritage or that culture or that, pagan man-made religion, then basically the founders of this were the Canon Committee people, the ones who actually so-called authenticated what should be given to the public as far as our archives of the Hebrew Israelites' heritage and history. There was more that was there, and they decided not to put that into the regular circulated Bible that we see every day. Now, in order to claim the heritage of Israel and the identity of the tribe of Judah, which is the royal tribe of Israel. Now, that's why Jews say they're from the tribe of Judah, because they want to claim to be from the royal tribe, which King David and the rest of the kings came out of. Besides, Saul came out of the Benjamite tribe. He was a Benjamite. But however, all the following kings after King David, which were his sons, great-great-great-grandsons, they were from the tribe of Judah. So, they say they're called Jews after the tribe of Judah, claiming the royal tribe. The ruling tribe was given the authority to rule over all the rest of the tribes in righteousness, according to the law of Yah. Now, the pagan Jews who claim to be from the 12 tribes of Israel are Khazarians or Ashkenazis, pagan Gentiles claiming to be Shemitic or so-called Semitic descendants. They claim to be Semitic descendants. However, they are not from the bloodline of Abraham, according to Genesis 10:1-5. They are from Japheth, the father of the Gentile nations which migrated in Europe. See Genesis 1:31. Everything Yah created, he said, was good. That includes the so-called Khazarians or Ashkenazi Jews, including every nationality on the face of the earth. It is their actions, if evil, Yah hates. Just like the children of Israel not honoring the holy covenant in the Holy Land. According to Jeremiah 16:19-20, in this case we have a people who have deviated from the law of Yah, God of Israel, through extraordinary circumstances to not only steal our identity, I'm talking about the Jews, but also to conceal it and claim our heritage and our land. This proves that their fathers unquestionably knew the truth and conspired to teach their children lies intentionally. However, to add insult to injury, they continue teaching in order to keep the conspiracy going on from generation to generation, and call themselves scholars and rabbis of the law of Yah. How arrogant can one get? A long shot that will be totally ineffective and will serve no future purpose in Yah's kingdom on earth, because the judgment of Yah will prove that in its clearest form when he delivers the 12 tribes of Israel back to their native land in the near future. Judah and Israel as a whole, meaning all 12 tribes, will return together inevitably from the north, meaning North America, and the four corners of the earth to which we have all been scattered during slavery. Just see Isaiah 11 and 12 and Jeremiah 3 and 18 and 16, 14 through 15. And that will give you the understanding on this. The next topic is called translation. The meaning of translation concerning the Hebrew text consists of the original Hebrew language being translated into English language. However, frequently the understanding of the Hebrew verse or passage is misrepresented or translated incorrectly because of the imprecise change or replacement of one or additional words in the Hebrew text being mistranslated or altered from its original Hebrew meaning for the correct understanding of the Hebrew passage. One can ask himself, was this done purposely to give false understanding, or did the translators make this mistake honestly or dishonestly? I believe strongly this was a conspiracy to keep the truth of the heritage of Israel from Yah's original chosen people deliberately and intentionally to give false understanding and lead people astray. Yah's people, all people, in the direction of the worship to lead them to lead them astray. In the direction of worshiping man's false pagan gods that evil Gentiles created to not only enslave our bodies, but our minds also, while under Gentile domination here in North America and abroad. So it may be all a conspiracy to some, but we really know why they don't want us to know the truth. We all know that, because then we won't know what our true birthright is as the firstborn family of the earth. Next topic is called, what is an interpretation in Hebrew understanding? You know, I get to talking to Christians or any other denomination of people that believe in these man-made religions, and they say, oh, that's just your interpretation. That's just your interpretation. Well, you know, interpretation in Hebrew only means a few things. It's not according to what people say what your interpretation is. It's your understanding. So I'm going to read this topic, what is an interpretation in Hebrew understanding? Basically, according to Genesis 40:5 through 23 and 41:1 through 32, Joseph interprets dreams from the insight on the understanding of Yah's Holy Spirit. In Daniel chapter 2 and 4, Daniel was given the wisdom from Yah to interpret dreams and visions through Yah's understanding, or sending his holy messengers to give understanding. However, when you hear most people say that this is your interpretation, that's your interpretation of the scriptures, they are not aware that when reading the law and history of Yah, you're not interpreting the scriptures. You understand them. Yah's scriptures that are dreams and visions are already interpreted. So when you read it, you understand them. According to Daniel 5 and 12, you must possess the understanding from Yah's Holy Spirit to interpret dreams and visions like the great prophets Daniel and Joseph, according to the Hebrew text. However, when reading the Hebrew text, depending on the word structure, there may be passages that symbolize a certain understanding So you have to be endowed with the Holy Spirit of Yah, like Joseph and Daniel, to get the right understanding, unless you know the original Hebrew language and you understand how we spoke in ancient Hebrew times. Okay, I'm going to read this next topic. It's called Do Not Tamper. According to Deuteronomy 4:2, Yah has commanded that his law he gave to Moses shall not be tampered with, which means nothing shall be added to it or taken away from it. This is why the New Testament is considered pagan, because man added it to the so-called Bible. However, Yah did not dictate the New Testament through his holy prophets. The New Testament was written by apostles or followers of JC, or Jesus, the God of the Christians. Yah is the only God, and there is no other. He has never commanded apostles who are followers of JC to be his messengers. Ever. Never. There's nowhere in the Hebrew text that he put apostles in the place of prophets. The children of Israel are commanded to only listen to Yah's prophets, only from the Hebrew nationalities. And you even got to be a Hebrew to be a prophet. You can't be of no other nationality. It says Yah's prophets only from the Hebrew nationality that are chosen for this duty, according to Deuteronomy 18:15. Okay, so we're going to get into this next topic here, and this topic is called the Book of Law. According to Exodus 24:12 and Deuteronomy 31:26, the title of the Hebrew Book of Record, which contains our commandments, historical and poetical writings, and our prophecy from the Hebrew prophets, is called the Law. In Hebrew, it's called the Torah, which is found in the King James Strong Exhaustive Concordance of the Bible in number 8451, which means law in Hebrew. This scroll only consists of the Hebrew text, the written words of the God of the Hebrews, not the Greek text or the New Testament. The New Testament was not dictated by Yah or written by Yah's holy prophets or commanded by Yah to be written in his name. Thus saith Yah. Thus saith the Lord in all caps, after translation to English. So it should be saying thus saith Yah, but you see thus saith Lord in all caps. That's when they're referring to Yah. Now, the Hebrew Book of Law is a record of the heritage of Israel that gives a full account of our history and sacred writings from beginning to end. Again, the word Torah means law in Hebrew, which is the title of our book of record, the law, the heritage of Israel. However, the translators of our history translated into the Holy Bible, which means sacred book or holy book in English. According to Deuteronomy 7:7-13 and 29:9-14, Yah gave the children of Israel his commandments to be obedient to his covenant in order to receive the blessing he promised to our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that we may prosper in all that we do. However, the children of Israel did not obey his voice, even to this day. That is why the slave descendants that were shipped to the four corners of the earth are treated so inhumanely. We hate each other, we kill each other, suffer on drugs, and die from deadly diseases, and so on, because we are cursed amongst the nations. I'll finish up on the next topics, the Book of Law, in the next session. Join me. Listen and learn, my people. Listen and learn. Your deliverance comes very, very shortly. All praises to Yah. Wake up. Shalom.